I'm grateful to have the opportunity to talk about my experience with launching leaders with you. My name is Vimbai Nancy Tembo. I'm from Zimbabwe, Africa. The topic that I'm going to speak on today is defining your core values. I'm talking about this topic in particular because to me, as I started the Launching Leaders course, this grabbed my attention and really got me interested in this program. Launching Leaders for me came at a time I feel that I needed it most. And so as I continued doing the Launching Leaders course, there is a section in defining your core values where you have to take time to write about what is most important to you. And in that process, it involves meditation and prayer. And I just set a goal that every day I will wake up early in the morning when my children are still asleep. I have two boys, toddlers. They are both two, well, one is 2, the other is 4. And at the time, the oldest was only 2 years old, and the little one was just a couple of months old. And so I would set my alarm and wake up early in the morning and take time to really think about what was important to me and what my values were. And as I did that, I came up with 4 values. My first and highest value was my family. My second was service. And my third was obedience. And my fourth was wisdom. I believe, these values define who I am. They define the things that are important in my life. They define who I want to become and the kind of person that Heavenly Father wants me to be. My family, my children, and my husband are important to me. I do my best, in all that I to make time to spend with my family, and that brings me so much peace. It brings me joy to just see my family happy and serving them and us laughing together and having fun. And working on this value, I got the opportunity to write down some goals that I wanted to see happening in my marriage and in my family life. And one of my goals was just to become one with my husband, more united with him. And in so doing, I set some plans that we would spend more time together, like set time from work. He would also take a break from his work and we would spend time together. We would, make sure that we had our family council and we had our family recreational activities, which we enjoyed so much. And our relationship grew stronger. We got to share a lot of personal things about our lives, and I got to learn a lot more about my husband at that time. And so this goal helped and blessed our family. And then in my second value of service, throughout my life, I feel like service has always been a part of my life. From the time that I was young, my mother passed away when I was at a very young age, and she left me with my 6 brothers. Some of them were older siblings than I, and then I had also a couple younger ones. But being the only girl, I learned how to serve my siblings. I was the one doing a lot of the chores. In Africa, females do most of the chores in the house. And so I cooked, I cleaned, I washed for my brothers, and I was just always there to support them in every way that I could. I felt like I was their mother now that my mother was gone. And doing that helped me. It brought me so much joy. I loved it. I loved serving my family, and that experience helped me to further even love serving and blessing others and seeing them happy and helping them. I never complained. I enjoyed cleaning. Up until now, it's one of my hobbies. I love to clean, I love to cook, and just do things for others. And that for me actually shaped my career goals. A lady who was the founder of a non-governmental organization approached me and asked me to be a secretary in the organization. And the main aim of the organization was to seek funding, education funding for orphans, and to help them to improve their lives through education and secure their futures. And so as I served in that organization, I felt joy. I loved the children. I was happy to see that the talents and skills that I had were able to benefit the children, as I was able to obtain funding for them for education and sponsorship for school resources, textbooks, all the materials that they needed. The value of obedience for me is important. I put it as my third value because of my beliefs. I love the Lord with all my heart, and He comes right at the top, of all that I do. I've experienced such great blessings as I've been obedient. And my fourth value is wisdom. Wisdom is something that I continually seek. I love learning and growing my knowledge and wisdom. I know that education is the key to success. I've seen it in my country, like as I was growing up without parents, being an orphan. I did my best at school. I worked very hard and got good grades. And right up to university, I dedicated my efforts, and I was diligent in my studies. As I saw that, it gave me the ability to get a good job after school, and to be able to, even during school, I worked as well, and to be able to provide for all of my needs and to assist my family. It helped me. Getting that knowledge helped me to stand out as a female, be educated, and be able to teach others more effectively. I continue to seek wisdom now, and so I love to learn and read books that will help me to know more about life, about science, about economics, business, And I know in that way I'll be able to be more effective in my work, in my career, and in school, and even to serve the people around me. As these values define me, that's who I am. And as I had never, before the launching leaders course, I had never actually consciously thought about my values. I had never thought about what I wanted in my life deeply and how I could achieve it. So the launching leaders course helped me to be more conscious what about who I am and what I want to become and how I can get there. I'm grateful to be here to study, and I still think about these values each day and live them. And I do my best to seek ways on how I can improve on them and how I can be a better person, how I can be how I can be more influential in a positive way to inspire others not to give up. I know that with faith, with determination, you can achieve anything and you can become anything. As you do the course and you go through it, take time, diligent effort, it will make a difference in your life. It will improve your life. You'll become a better person, and you will find the road to success. Thank you.